Hey guys, it's Kennedy, or also known as Combos with Ken. Thank you so much for getting me to 15 subscribers. Because of you guys, I am now making this story time. So just make sure you like and subscribe, and welcome to my channel. I definitely will be doing a lot of story times. I'll talk about being a young mom because I am 22 and I do have a son. He's 9 months old. He'll be 10 months soon. Oh, he's almost one. But yeah, so I definitely will be giving you guys different kind of content. I would love the feedback, so make sure you guys comment under the video, give me feedback, give me things you want to see from me. I can do hauls, an apartment tour. I would have to clean up first, but I would do an apartment tour if you guys want that. So what I'm here to bring you guys is a story time though, and I know that's why you guys are all tuning in. So when I was 14, me and my best friend, we snuck out. Like, me and my best friend, we snuck out. And everyone knew my parents were so strict. Like, my parents were strict. Like, not really my dad so much, but my mom was definitely strict. Like, they kept the reins pretty in on me, if that makes sense. So, it was the end of the school year, and this kid that we knew, Jodeci, was having a party. So he was having a party, and it was like, his parents had just moved from Texas, or to Texas. And yeah, so he was like, I'm gonna throw a party, like I want everyone to come, it's like the end of the year school bash, So I told my best friend, her name is, I'm not gonna say her real name, she doesn't want me to say her real name, so I'm gonna name her Tanya. Yeah, so I told my best friend, we went to different schools at that time, and I told her, like, look, Jodeci's having a party, it's about to be popping, like, we gotta go. And she was like, okay. So she slept over at my house every weekend, basically. It was like vice versa. My house, her house, my house, her house. So that weekend she slept over. She came over Friday night and we got ready. And every time I had sleepovers with anyone, we always slept in my basement because it was just like a bigger space and like more room, and we kind of be as loud as we want because it was like roped off from my parents. So she comes over, we're in the basement, we're getting ready, like we're doing our thing, but like we're nervous because this is the first time we ever did this, and we're like super nervous. So about like 11:30ish rolls around, and I'm like, okay, like they're probably asleep, like let's go. So sorry if you guys hear any background noise, my window's open. But yeah, so she's like, okay, so let's go. So my basement had a window, but like it was like this little, like the window was like this big. Okay, maybe this big. And we snuck out of it. I'm not that skinny now, so don't quote me, I couldn't do it now, but back then I could have did it. So what happened was we would pull the table up and we would climb and jump out the window. So yeah, I would go first and she would go second, just because like back then I had no boobs, no curves, nothing. And she like had a butt. We used to call her McDuffie with the stuffy. She's probably gonna kill me for saying that, but we did used to call her that. So I would like kind of, you know, go first to make sure. And then we would leave the window kind of cracked, but we're running. So we're running away from my house. And we're running because we're like, oh my god, like no one can see us. Like the town that I live in is a small town. The street that I live on, everyone knows my parents, everyone knows me. So we're running and I fall. I literally just remember being on the curb to the ground. Oh, excuse me. And I fall off the curb and I was like, oh, and I'm literally laying there and I'm laughing so hard, and she's like laughing, but we're like silently laughing, so it's even more funny because we're like trying to be quiet. And I was literally only a house away from my house. I could see my house and I'm laying on the ground. I'm like, I want to go home. And she was like, no girl, like we just snuck out, like we're still going to this party, like you're crazy. So I get up and you know, I'm a crybaby and I'm dramatic. So I get up and like I'm like limping. So we're walking, and the party wasn't too far from my house. Like it was like right down the street from my high school, and my high school, like you had to walk home from where I lived because it was like close vicinity. So yeah, so like we're walking to the party and like whatever, it's all fine and dandy, like we're walking, we're talking, but the way to get to the party on this main road, my dad's friend lives there. I was like, we can't walk past his house, which is the fastest way to get to his house, but I was like, we cannot walk past his house because if we walk past his house and he sees me, he'll tell my dad, we'll get in trouble, and it's over for us. Like it's over, like we're done, no more sleepovers, it's over for us. So we walk like the whole convoluted extra far way, and we're walking like do, and we get to the party, right? and it's lit. Like the street is popping. Like he had like it was like an okay sized house, but it was lit. Like it was popping. Before we can even get in the house, it was like hella people outside, like hella people outside. And so we saw like a few people that we knew, and they were like, Kennedy, like how did y'all get out the house? Like, you know, you're a jailbait, you're only 14, like y'all shouldn't even be here, da, da, da. Like talking crazy to me and Tanya. And so we're there, and this kid, Shaq, he's like, oh, Kennedy, like, me and him, I guess used to talk at the beginning of my freshman year, but like, and he was like, oh, like, Kennedy, like, whatever. And I was like, no. So we're at the party for a little bit, and like, we're talking to our friends, and so Jodeci, like, we finally find Jodeci, and we're like, Jody, like, we're at the party, and it was like, hey, and like, our friends, Daniel, I'm gonna call him Daniel, and our friend Kyle, they were like, how did you guys get here? Like, y'all ain't even allowed out the house, like y'all are so young. And then Kyle's girlfriend comes, and like Kyle, you know how boys get when their girlfriend comes, like they're fake. So he starts acting fake and whatever. So my best friend, her phone rings, and it's her boyfriend at the time, his name's Keon. And she's like, oh my god, like Keon's calling me, like we have to go outside, we have to go outside. And I'm like, okay. So like we go outside, she's on the phone with them. I think like they're arguing about something. I don't really fucking know. But like I'm like just minding my business, still like looking over at the party to see who's coming, because I'm nosy as hell. And I'm like, oh my god, like saying hi to people from like across the street. Like the party's here, we're like here. And I'm like, oh my god, like saying hi to people. And next thing you know, she starts snapping, and then she's on the phone, she's like, like you below, like whatever. You know what people say, who fucking knows. Next thing you know, I'm like, Tanya, the cops are here. And she was like, shut up, Kennedy, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, Tanya, the cops are here. Like, we have to hide, we have to go. Like, we aren't even supposed to be here. If the cops get us and they make us call my mom, we're fucking done. Like, we're done. Like, our summer's fucking ruined. It's the first day of summer. Like, no, bitch. Like, we need to figure this the fuck out. So we're hiding. Like, there's this big bush across the street from his house. We're hiding in this bush, like hiding in the bush. I'm like, bitch, don't fucking move. So the cops go in the house, and I'm like, okay, we have to go now, because if we keep waiting and keep waiting and keep waiting till the cops leave, like they'll be driving around. So we are like sneaking away from the bushes, like creeping, literally fucking creeping out of these bushes. So we're like walking back home, but as we're walking, we're looking around for the cops, because like we still had to walk at least like 15-20 minutes home. Okay, maybe not 20 minutes, but at least good 15 fucking minutes home. And so like we're walking home, like we finally get home, and like we sneak ourselves back in the house. Jodeci, the guy who had the party, he like low-key fucking wanted my best friend. Like, okay, maybe not low-key, because everyone that knew him and knew us knew that he high-key wanted my best friend, but like she didn't want him. So like it was kind of like, no nigga, I don't want you. But he calls and was like, oh my god, like can y'all come talk to me outside? Like I'm so pissed, I have to pay all these fines and da da da. So we're like, okay, Jody, like whatever. So we sneak back out to go talk to him, and he's like crying basically to us, telling us how he had to pay all these fines and all this stuff, but low-key still trying to get with my girl the whole time. So he gets out the house, we get out the car, and we go back in the house, and we're just like laughing because it was so funny. But yeah, so like that's the time that we snuck out and went to a party, and the cops came for us. I cannot believe that we got away with that. It's not the only time we snuck out. It's not the first, that was the first time, but it's not, definitely not the last time that we snuck out. We even snuck people in. So if you guys want to hear another story time about how me and my best friend Tanya snuck boys in the house, just make sure you subscribe to me. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. Okay, I didn't like that part. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like this video and subscribe, and tell your friends about me, Convos with Ken, and just comment underneath what you guys want to see next. And all my social media links are in the description. Thank you guys.